Don't even grip you before you rip it.
Hey, welcome to Sports by Compian. My name, of course, is Stephen Compian. We're back! That's right, guys. We were gone for a while, lost in the wilderness, some would say. But, Cory, we have resurfaced with yet more sports content for you fine folks of Sports by
I
Compian.
fell into a well. I was like in the well and I was treading water. Then I tried to
Oh,
drink
Cory!
all of the water, and then I got
Are you
really
getting that
full because
well?
it was so much water, and I couldn't. But then I eventually got out of the well. You don't need to know how, but I'm out of the well now, and that's the
He's out
important
of the
part.
well now,
I'm out of the well, guys.
people.
Hey, it's your
You
boy.
gotta
I'm
love
out of the
it.
well. No
We're
way.
back, your boy. Oh, it's
Who
your
saw that
boy.
one coming?
Hey, well, you've already heard his wonderful voice. Co-host of the show, Mr. Cory Compian, makes his reappearance and graces us with his presence.
Also known as sometimes Larry. Maybe I don't know. Who knows?
Nobody really knows. Depends on who's asking. But in this situation, Cory Compian rejoins the show for just a powerful episode back. Cory, we're letting the people know right back in it. You know, it may have seemed like did they die? No, we're back. Back and stronger than ever.
You know who
My
did
cat.
die? The other 12 people in the well with me, but we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about those guys, Cory, or what may or may not have transpired
Not
between you
everyone
guys.
made it out of the well, is all I'll say.
But I will say that 13 people in a well is just a downright unlucky number.
Right, exactly.
Anyway, so I was assaulted by my lovely cat Tiger before the show started. That's why my eye looks blown up.
I
Yeah,
witnessed it happen. It was pretty funny. For
it
me, it
was
was
pretty
funny.
funny. I think he just perfectly managed to get an eye in there. I mean, a hair in there because I'm obviously not allergic to cats. But yeah, you got me good right before the show started. Appreciate that, Tiger. Real team player out here. So, anyway, Six Nations has been going on, Cory. You know what's hilarious is that with Six Nations is kind of right around when we started our podcast before. So this is going on 3 years now. This will be year 3 of me talking to you about Six Nations. And you have
I've yet to
no
watch a game.
idea.
Isn't that great?
You have no idea what I'm talking about here.
3 years deep. You think I would have sat down and watched a stream or something, but nope.
They're good. They're good. It's all I can say, Cory. I got a chance to watch some actual games this last weekend. The first weekend, definitely missed it. You know, I'm mostly to blame for all of our discombobulation as far as schedule goes. But anyway, no, enough about that, Cory. We're going to briefly recap round 1. Like I said, your boy didn't watch it. We're not going to get too deep in this. But something very important happened in this first round, Cory. Ireland claims the victory over France. Now this may be seen like, oh, you know, they just beat France. No, Cory, this is France they beat. It's freaking huge, dude. It's really big. Sets them up to be back-to-back Grand Slam champions if they can stay true the rest of this course. Now, of course, they got the tough games coming up. You know, England, Scotland will have to say about them winning this whole thing. But, Cory, are you still
They beat them by
listening?
a lot, too. Take that, France.
They handed them their ass.
Way to get fucking wrecked, bro.
Yeah, France got wrecked. They are not playing with DuPont, but that can't be an excuse to, I don't know, not win.
Who is DuPont? Who is this guy, and why do I care?
So DuPont's a small little number 9, fucking looks like an absolute stud, and is a stud. He was actually named best rugby player in the world 2022, I want to say. Either way, absolute stud.
Is he the guy they call the Kingslayer because he like tackles big dudes? Or is that guy South African? I might be thinking of South African.
I think you're thinking of South African lad. Either way, this is also in the same position. Really fucking good. Just an absolute stud. Anyway, he is out because he wanted to get ready for the Olympics, which is going to have rugby playing sevens for the first time. So I don't know if that's the first time, but it might be the first time, yeah, that rugby's in the Olympics. So it's pretty big. So I can see how he wants to really kick some ass for the French. But, you know, they needed to. Anyway, furthermore, didn't see this game, of course, because I was busy. Italy falls just short to England. They're in the English Stadium, Cory. I believe this was in Rome. I actually don't know. But anyway, yeah, Italy coming out strong in this Six Nations. Fall just short to England, who knows what's going on with England. You never know what the heck these guys are up to, man. They made it look like hobos, and then boom, they're in the quarterfinals of the World Cup. So don't underestimate the English, you know what I'm saying?
So I tried Googling it, and they were like, yeah, no, for sure, rugby's going to be in the Olympics. And then I was like, well, yeah, I knew that. So then I put first time, and now it's giving me an article of history of rugby in the World Cup. It looks like 2016 they had some sevens.
Oh, cool. Okay,
in Rio.
cool. So they're
I
just
guess
still
maybe
doing.
they did 16 and they took 2020 off because of COVID, and now they're back in 2024. That would make sense to me.
Probably. Small stuff like rugby, like quickly action. All right, but you didn't even need to. It's okay. Action.
I don't think they did. I don't think they did anything in 2020. I don't think
Yeah,
they
you're
did
probably right.
Olympics.
Yeah, I'm just out here spewing propaganda, see what I can get away with. But
You
Scotland
know?
barely, Scotland barely fucking pulled off a victory against Wales in round 1-2. So both these teams barely escaped out of victory against their respective opponents. Who will take the wooden spoon this year? Our very own William came on this show and said that it might be Wales. Italy is in dire situation come week 2, Cory. They got absolutely smashed by Ireland, who just had them early and had them late. I didn't watch that one, but didn't look like I missed much.
Good one to miss, yeah.
Yeah. But going into a game I actually did watch, Scotland, France. Dude, this one was tough. All right, as a guy who's become a Scotland fan apparently, because they do a decent amount of losing, so I was like, sweet, sign me up. Anyway, so I think I'm gonna be a Scotland guy, dude. They had it the whole game, Cory. Okay, you
Wait,
can
I
see
thought you were an
halftime.
Italy guy. How are you a Scotland guy now?
Italy loses way too much to be taken seriously. All right, they're
Okay,
pretty
fair
terrible, as you
enough.
can see. I mean, I'll support the boys when they're doing something. Like, I'm not here to hate on them, but it's
Right,
also
right. I'm
36.
with it. No,
It's
that's cool.
36-0. Like, well, what are we doing here, boys? You gotta win, boys. Oh, that was terrible. Fuck. All right. So
Hey, you
anyway,
gotta tackle with the hands if you gotta win.
you talk with that
You
hand.
can't tackle with your hands and pass the ball. It's too many things. You need your hands for both. How are we communicating?
I felt like Scotland dominated this game. I think they had possession for most of it. They're moving the ball well against the French. But the thing is, dude, they get down there and they're like, blah, 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 and then Finn Russell's like, kick something. And it's like, that was cool. You guys got like fucking, I think 4 or 5 kicks, which is sweet. Take advantage of Finn Russell's awesome leg. But, Cory, it led to them in these situations where France would like pull something out of their rectum, which is what France does, and like chuck it down the field. And they're like, oh shit, didn't see that coming. Boom, they get a try, and now you're right back in it. So, last 5 minutes, I want to say, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, France goes up with like, and they just, Scotland had this the whole time, but they kept on penalty conversion or they'd lose the ball, and ultimately didn't pull enough points out of the amount of trips they had over there. And it comes down to the French getting the lead. Dude, I don't even understand this wing. He just literally just outran all the Scotland lads. The Scotland lads were like, oh, kicked it. Shit. Oh, no, he's already back there catching it, too. Why?
Who would do this to us?
This fucking French, too, is just crazy fast. And sometimes that happens, man, especially that late in the game. You might not be expecting just a fucking crazy burst from somebody. And this dude had it and scored. So shout out to him. But anyway, Scotland gets the ball back, dude. So they're freaking 15, I want to say, or 14. One of their wings, somebody breaks the line. Not the best support, in my opinion, but either way, it didn't matter because he bobbled the ball going down, so it's a knock on. By all rights, this game should be over. It's like 78 minutes left at this point. Finn Russell, I want to say, somehow hops in there, bats the ball, and boom, Scotland has the ball on the fucking 5-yard line of the French. 78 minutes, Cory. A try wins it. This is the type of shit that you watch Six Nations for. It's crazy. They're over here just pounding on the French door. The French are like, no, don't come in here. No, stop it. No, get out of here. Don't do this. What are you doing? And fucking they're just hounded in there. And man, this Scotland boy gets over and rolls into the try zone. And these French were all over him, man. To be fair, some really solid defense out of them. And ultimately it went down to TMO. A lot of controversy about this, but the TMO called it in favor of the French. And you do see the ball rolling off the cleat, and it's like, dude, if it's rolling off the cleat, where do you think it's going? To the ground. But there wasn't enough evidence.
What is
Cory, wasn't enough evidence. So therefore, the French win.
what is TMO?
So it's when the referee's like, I couldn't fucking see that properly enough. Let's fucking go to the booth. And then basically some dude in the booth is like, listen, this is what I see. I don't know why he's Indian, but in this particular situation, he is, Cory. Now we've offended a lot of people with our accents and everything. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, it fucking sucks that it comes down to that decision. but don't leave it in the hands of the referee. I've always said that on this podcast a couple times at least. Sometimes maybe, or maybe it'll be to you, Corey. But either way,
I definitely agree with that sentiment. If you leave
don't
it
leave
in
it
the
in the
hands of
hands
the
of the
ref,
refs.
then
You guys should have
you're...
freaking scored more. At one point, they settled for a kick 5 meters from the try zone, and like, dude, you take your points like this in a big game. I get it. There was an old boy Raven sitting next to me, and to the end of the game, was saying, absolutely, you fucking take those points. You have to. I don't know, man. You're playing France. At some point, you just gotta wing it, right? You gotta fucking get some tries on the board. They scored 1.
I don't know, man. Look what happened to the Lions when they kept, just going for it on fourth.
That's a dilemma. You're not wrong, but in this case, I do believe it cost Scotland a chance to win this, and maybe ultimately a chance to win this Grand Slam. So they're going to need some help from some other teams. They're going to need to be able to beat Ireland. So luck with that, boys. We'll be following. England pulls off a very tight win against Wales. I'm sure they would have liked it to be more convincing, but maybe Wales has some fight in them this year. And everyone's just underestimating them, Corey. Okay? They're going to smash Italy again and give them the wooden spoon. So how it goes.
Dude, what I love about this is it's literally just like the UK and Friends.
It's just the UK and France. No, you're right. France is there too. You're right. It's France.
It's France, Italy, and UK. Like, what are we doing?
Well, they're not trying to be silly about it. They're like 6 nations.
It's 3 nations.
Well,
though.
there was a lot of talk about kicking Italy out, and then like they pulled off a win, so like that calmed down a little bit. But then they're having another rough year. Corey, what will happen? Anyway, we're gonna have pick'ems. You find people for the upcoming events. We'll see if we can get Mr. Jordan McCaddy on here to discuss his English team going against Scotland, who desperately need to win. I think England is 2-0 at this point, so they're in a better position than Scotland. But ultimately, they need to win this game, either one, if they're gonna have
So,
a chance.
yeah, England's 2-0, Scotland's 1-0.
1-1.
1-1. Italy 0s, France 2-0. Or what are the standings? Can we look at the standings?
Yeah, so the standings come down to, where are the standings? They should be around here somewhere.
Because I feel like I'm kind of visualizing in my head.
Here it is. Here's the standings. But anyway, so yeah, Ireland's on top with 2 wins. England's behind them also with 2 wins. And then Scotland and France both have 1 win each. And then Wales and Italy are both at 0-2.
I think, Steven, in my
Sorry.
heart of hearts,
Your heart, what does it tell you about this?
England's going to win.
Does it?
So my heart of hearts tells me.
Wow. Finally the year for England, huh?
Yeah.
It is technically up for grabs right now. And they did go to the quarterfinals in the World Cup, so.
I'm basing this purely off of I don't really like France, and all the other teams are just England light. So
I think there's some fans who would take some serious offense to that, Corey. How dare you?
I'm sure they would.
Anyway,
and they're probably right to be offended.
Absolutely. I think we did a very good job of trying to offend just about everybody out there, and it wasn't our intention. We're merely clumsy individuals. Sometimes. Maybe we did mean to hurt your feelings. I'm not sure. Depends on who you are. Anyway, so Ireland, I think it looks like they were probably in a position to win this shit, obviously. Scotland, I was so hyped. I was so hyped that whole game, yelling, screaming, strangling Frank when he was talking shit. It was had to be done. So I put it in the time. Disappointed they didn't come away with the win. They could still pull this off somehow, but it's going to be fucking tough. Anyway, Corey, I figured we get to a non-sponsor sponsor. Oh, look at these guys! Special Compian, no way! Look, there you are, Corey. Look, there's me, there's Dan Rooney, Mr. Shade himself. As you can see, people, we have just piles of videos. And we don't even have videos that are only like time specific, so like a pick'em, like why would you want to watch a pick'em from week 17? I get it, dude. We also have other cool stuff. We have sports studs, which are timeless videos, Corey. Timeless!
What was episode 69 about? Let's see episode 69.
Oh, yeah, what was 69 about? It was about, that's right. Paul doing this for this one. It was a good time. We talked a little Midwest women what they were up to since I think their final was coming up. Yeah, it's a good episode. You should check it
I
out.
also personally recommend the Frankie saga. Quite enthralling through and
Quite
through. It was a three
enthralling. You,
three
um,
piece.
I mean, you may or may not know the final of that, but still, it is nice to go back in time and live through the trauma
If
of
you're new to
Frankie's
the
life.
channel and you don't know the Frankie saga, go live through all the excitement.
Do it, do it. It's good times. Finally, and yeah, so our our studs are always there. Good for you guys to watch. Like and subscribe to the channel, guys. We try our best. Anyway, so a football game took place as well this last weekend, Corey. I don't know if you knew about this stuff.
I totally watched it. I was there. I saw things happen. It was
No way.
very very exciting times.
Excellent. I think you could probably give us a better report then because I left. I got there a little bit late and left early due to illness. Literally was attacked by by a witch, I suspect. But you
No
know,
way.
it might have
Dude,
just been me. It might have just been me getting really stoned when I wasn't ready for it, since kind of being off of
did
it for a
you
while.
did you forget your magic resist hoodie? So the witch got her
Yeah,
spell through. You got to have your
100%.
magic resist on. If
And
not,
like
you're gonna
I've been
get
hit by
pwned.
it a couple times since then, but like when you're at home, you just like put on your magic resist thing. But like being a auxiliary party, I was like, oh no, I'm out here with no hoodie. I gotta go, and I almost died, but I survived. Anyway, Corey did catch the like we left around the 7th minute of the third quarter. The tide was already starting to turn.
So
So
this game, I was rooting for the Chiefs just because the 49ers are Cowboys haters. And it felt like disliking someone for disliking my team was a better reason than disliking someone because one of the players was dating somebody. So I was like, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. Like when the Chiefs were in the Super Bowl a couple years ago, I was like, this is so great. They're this up and coming team that I wanted forever. Just because they're winning, now I'm gonna start hating. It felt a little bit haterish for me, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna stick with the Chiefs. I watched this game with our brother Chris and his girlfriend and Rachel. She was going for the 49ers, and Chris fell asleep, so he had no strong opinions. But so early on, she was like talking bad shit. She's like, "Yeah, 49ers kicking their ass," but it was like the most defensive game ever. Like I was talking to Maddie about it. I was
yeah,
like, "I'm sure Steven loved this game. There was
it
so
was
much
great.
defense,
Like while I was watching, like they were in the backfield just hitting
just
people. It was
tackles
great.
for loss all day, every day. Tons of punting, nobody scoring. It was like
Time.
this is prime Steven football happening right here.
It
Like
was
he's gotta
beautiful.
love it. Like you. I think like the first drive, maybe like first, second, third play, something like that. Christian McCaffrey coughs up a fumble, getting rid of those first time in the Super Bowl jitters. He came back, had a hell of a game. So I will say I put down 3 parlays on this. Um, if one of them hit, it would have covered all 3, and the one hit, so I was good. But I obviously needed a lot of people to be scoring and getting yards and stuff, which was not happening because it was such a defensive game. Um, Travis Kelsey disappeared in the first half. I think he maybe had like one catch for 1 yard, which is why we got that meme of him like yelling at his coach, like
That
"Fucking
was
throw me the
early,
ball."
man. That was pretty early though. I feel like that was first quarter. It was the
I
end.
don't know, man, but
It was
like,
that when Pacheco was caught with the ball, like you said.
well, no, Pacheco fumbled too, but Christian McCaffrey fumbled first.
Yeah, yeah.
There was lots of fumbling going on. Like I said, very defensive game. They're out there fucking mugging these running backs, dude.
For
Like
sure, dude. They
it
really
was
were.
tough. Um, I want to say somewhere was it in the beginning of the third whenever the 49ers scored and they missed that extra point and everyone was like, oh shit, that's probably going to come back to haunt them.
It was deep into the third, yeah, because I didn't see that one, and I had left like somewhere around the 7th minute mark. So yeah, that makes sense.
So it wasn't missed, it was tipped, but it was like a little bit low, so they're still trying to put it on that rookie kicker.
Which is whatever, man. Like he got it blocked. I think to your point about Kelsey coming alive in that second half, no small part due to Greenlaw just fucking tearing an ACL on his way, jumping up and down right into the field.
But
Like
that was
fuck,
also
dude, that
early,
sucked.
dude. That was
That was
also
like the first quarter. That's what I'm saying. Like first,
yeah.
second quarter, like that sucked.
But
That
why
was
are you not
huge.
throwing the ball there? if
They did.
well, I guess that's what they did. They were like, we don't got to throw to Kelsey.
They
We
went
can
back
throw
like,
to.
well, I don't know the kid's name, and I'm not here to stomp on him. Like, that's a tough role to suddenly be like, okay, you're in the Super Bowl. Here you go, buddy, and you got cover Travis Kelsey. Good luck. So, like, yeah, like I'm not gonna throw the kid under the bus. But some of his stats came out.
But I don't think that guy was covering Travis Kelsey, is what I'm saying, because that
No,
happened in the
They
first.
went to him either way.
Yeah, I think they were throwing at whatever the receiver was on that side.
Either way, tough night for the guy, and yeah, sucks for Greenlaw too, man. Like, you work so hard to be there, and this some bullshit sucks.
Whoever on Kansas City was covering Kittle did a fucking phenomenal job. I think he had like 2 catches for like 4 yards, something like that. Like they forgot that they could throw it to him, I guess. And yeah, what is that? 2 for 3?
2 for 4. Tough day. Tough day at the office.
Tough day at the office for Kittle, man. And like, as much as he's a Cowboys hater, I do just really like him. He's just a fun
Who
guy.
doesn't?
He's just a fun guy. Like,
he is.
You can wear a fucking Cowboy shirt and I'll be like, oh, you jerk.
You jokester, you.
If I had feelings, they might be hurt.
Jokester. but yeah.
It had it all, man. Like, it started off very defensive, and then like the Kansas City did that thing they've been doing for years in the postseason, where they just tire out the opposing defense, and then they start throwing.
Guy, dude, like, oh man.
Yeah, like he
proclaimed hater right here, and holy shit, dude, this guy is it's yet another dynasty arising from the AFC. There's no doubt about it now. And dude, like back to back for the first time in 20 years. You know who's the last one to do it, Cory? Good old Brady.
Yeah.
Like, here we are, terrific. Right back at it. Yay, AFC shall rise again.
But they noobed it with the so the 49ers, they fucked up with the coin toss. Yeah. Like, have you heard this?
Yeah, everyone's pretty excited about it already. It's definitely been a talked about subject. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I mean, once again, that's kind of a leaving it in the ref's hand thing to me. Like, whatever, man. If they take it down there and score, I think
it doesn't matter.
Well, but then again, what is the rule? Does that mean that Mahomes does get a chance to answer? I think it does.
Yeah. Oh, so Mahomes would get an opportunity. Even if he scored a
touchdown, Mahomes would still get an opportunity, right?
So the thing they're saying is, since they kicked a field goal, Kansas City knew they could kick a field goal to keep it alive or a touchdown to score. Like, they didn't have to go for 2.
Yeah,
they didn't have to do anything weird. If it was fourth down, they'd be like, we got to go for this fourth down because they already have a field goal, like stuff like that. Whereas if you take the ball second, you know what they have. You just got to one-up them. So I kind of see where that's going. I think it's dumb to like blame Fred Warner, because I definitely don't think he was the guy out there making those calls.
That's what I'm wondering. Was it Shanahan making the call on this? Like, hey, if
it had to have been. Like, they're not gonna outright tell us.
The captains, are they? And honestly, like, yeah, how did you guys not know this? And maybe if you did, like, just keep it under your hat, like that.
I think it was just Giuseppe who said he didn't know. Like,
there was a couple of them who mentioned it.
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know he said it in an interview, and they're like, "Oh my God, they're such idiots. That's why they lost." It's like, I think one dude who's like not a captain, wasn't going to be involved in the process, didn't know, and now everyone's like jumping all over this and getting excited.
They didn't lose because of that. They lost because Patrick Mahomes was on the other sideline.
Right. And I mean, dude, really, like, Patrick had a good game, but it took him 5 quarters of football to get to 25 points.
Yeah, that defense is amazing. It's
both
like
teams.
Steve Spagnuolo, like, how many rings does this guy have at this point? Like, he's got to be getting like 4 or 5. It's ridiculous. The guy's defense is amazing. It's like, I think it's a really hard system to understand or something, but it's really fucking good. That Kansas City defense carried them all year, and then, yeah, like you said, it kept them in the fight long enough for Mahomes to wake up.
Yeah, dude, it was such a defensive game, and like, even like just the turnovers they're getting. Like, I think they even had a fumble and they got a pick off of him. Like, they're doing well. That's even with like a pretty glaring defect of having their like starting corner go down. Or was he a corner? Was he a linebacker? I don't know what this dude was. Greenlaw, the guy tore his ACL.
That's for the 49ers, and that was a linebacker.
Right, but that's
yeah. No, I agree. Like, they definitely held up. Like, a lot of people are trying to put this loss on them. It's like, I mean, they held Kansas City to like under 28 points, and that was in overtime.
Dude, in overtime too. Like,
so it was really 19 points that held them to the whole game. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
I think they did okay.
I am also a little baffled by why everyone's like super duper excited about the Taylor Swift thing. It seems kind of like, on one hand, I get it, like this is the thing that we do and now you're trying to like feminize it. That part is a little weird, but also by focusing so much on it, it's becoming such a bigger thing than it should be.
It's a small minority, right? Like, most of us don't care, do we?
I mean,
I like briefly was like, oh yeah, it's a little weird, like you said that they're trying to. I was like, I don't really care actually. And dude, she's devoted. Like, girl shows up to like every single game. Like, taking red eye flights to be there for her. Like, that's sweet.
Yeah, just let her do her thing, man.
Yeah, like Pat McAfee says, Travis Kelce's putting us on the map. Not all jocks are just a bunch of idiots. All right, we got chivalry too.
We got some feelings, man. Dude, did you see Jason Kelce walking around with the luchador mask after the game?
Yeah, like I said, I died, so I had to go back home.
Well, no, this is just like, so post game, they're out partying in Las Vegas, and you see them like Travis walking with Taylor, and they're like, they look all dressed up and fancy and stuff. And then you just see Jason Kelce just walking through in like a Chiefs shirt, Chiefs overalls, and like a Chiefs luchador mask. You just see him like stroll through the screen, and it's like when your player character walks into the cutscene. Because dude, it was just so jarring. Like all these like spiffy people, and you just see Jason just like hammered as shit, just walking around in a luchador
what a
mask.
champion! That guy's a treasure, man. If they're gonna go back and win another one, they really should just sign him and throw him in there center and go get your boy a ring.
I think he's retired, right?
It's
or it's undecided.
It's very undecided. Anyway, Cory, we gotta get out of here. But before we do, let's remind the fine people about all the cool stuff coming up here. Besides Tiger giving us a nice little, hey, how about early breakfast dinner? All right, it's just now dinner time. Are you happy? Anyway, so yeah, besides that, Cory, there will also be United Football League, baby. First year of the combined spring football league. Should be powerful. Should be great. The Rock is absolutely out of his mind right now. He's getting back into the wrestling ring. I believe in the leadership. It's going to be great. So I'm looking forward to that. We got 6 Nations. It's still got a couple good weeks left in it. And then after that, there will still be rugby, Cory. There's just always goddamn rugby. You know what's starting up soon? Super 12! I think it's Super 12. Whatever it is that New Zealand does. I think Super 15 sounds better to me, actually. It's definitely Super 15. Anyway, that is also taking place soon. And we will probably be covering that. I got to talk to Dan about that. Dan also will be covering WWE. Anyway, a whole bunch of stuff. Just like and subscribe our stuff, dude. It's really cool and it means a lot to us. Cory, any fine words for these people?
It's an old but gold quote, but like, don't wait for Tuesday to eat tacos.
Man of wisdom. Man of absolute wisdom. Thanks for tuning in. Sports by Compian. Out.